easy go.
What's up guys, my name is Your Heroes and welcome back finally to a video. I know it has been so long and it's just been absolutely pain with this computer recently, but luckily now I've managed to get it fixed and everything is in order, so there should be no repairs anymore. There should be no stuff that isn't working anymore. So everything should be okay for now. But today, I am back with a brand new video with a wee bit of Armored Warfare. Now, I know I haven't done I haven't done actually an Armored Warfare video in a long time, and that's even when my computer was broken down. Before that, before it was broken down, I haven't played it in a long time. And the reason I'm visiting or coming back to it is because they have done massive updates. As you can see by already telling, they've upgraded and done so many things. I've actually hopped into the game. I've played maybe 1 or 2 games just to see what it's like, just to make sure everything's working okay. And let me tell you, oh my goodness, they have certainly done a great job. And the question is, my main question is to you guys, is it worth coming back to Armored Warfare? And that's going to be a title as well. But anyway, is this game worth it now that they've updated everything? And do you guys think you should play it, or do you think that it is now at least an equal level to World of Tanks, another tank game? But this Armored Warfare, for you who are new here and don't know what Armored Warfare is, it's a tank battle game, it's a tank simulation game, and it's all in Modern Warfare. So it'll be like T-14 Armadas, Challenger 2s, all the modern tanks compared to World of Tanks, which is which is again a tank simulator, but that is based in World War II tanks. So they are similar, but in tanks wise they're very different. Now, what I'm going to be doing today in this video is that I'm going to be going over the new things that they have added in the game, and let me tell you guys, you're in for a shocker, because what they've done, they've completely upgraded, I feel like they've redone everything. I haven't kept up to date on the news on Armored Warfare and all the updates, but as far as I know, that they've definitely done a lot of changes. Since I've been gone, by the way, if you're wondering why I have so much credits and money and credits and gold, is I didn't buy it. I actually didn't buy it, I swear. What I did was I logged into the game and I found out I had 5,500 gold. I just actually did spend a tank on a premium tank, and I'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, I have over 1 million reputation and 10 million credits. I did have more, but I did spend it on tanks as well. So what I'm going to show you is all the updates that are going to come into the game. So without further ado, let us get straight into the news, or the update. So the main question that I've already said, but the main question is this game now worth it? Is it worth you downloading the game and downloading the client and playing it, and going through the tech tree to get up to tier 10? Well, let me start off by saying let me start off by the garage, that the HUD is definitely changed. I think this used to be that it'd be in a garage, kind of like how World of Tanks used to be, but now it's out in the open. You can see that. By the way, I've got this on maximum graphic settings, so I don't know, it's just the way that this is, but as you can see, the lighting effects, you can see the wee wind and the sand everywhere going around. You can see, actually I haven't really looked around, I kind of really looked around at the back here, but you can see like a giant, I actually don't know what this is. If any of you guys know what that is, then please do let me know. But the lighting effect, you've got the trees, you've got this big kind of, I don't know, kind of opera house, I guess. I don't really know what it is. You've got a wee campfire here, and you've got, kind of like a boot camp set up all around, and you've got, a helicopter over there. It looks like a mini Apache, I don't know. So starting off that is a good start off with the garage. So it's a good start so far. Now what have they done to the tech tree, or sorry, the tech tree? So they have actually changed this a lot. So they've added in a new dealer which is called Sot Share. I'm not even going to pronounce that, but this is mostly Israeli vehicles. So you get the Merkava, you've got well, it's not just Merkava, but it's mostly just Israeli tanks. If you do start off with this line, you do start off with a M50 Super Sherman, which I know sounds American, but when you look at it, this does actually look American. It kind of looks like a tank from World of Tanks, but this is actually, the Israelis did actually use an M4 Sherman and basically just made it better. So yeah, you do start off with an M50 and then all the way up to the tier 10, which is a Merkava Mark M 4M Barak, I think it's called, and then you've got, most of these are actually Israeli tech trees. I mean, you have one or two American tanks and Czech vehicles, but mostly, and one Chinese vehicle, but the rest of it is actually most of this tech tree and one really Russian tank, but this tech tree is mostly based on the Israeli tank. So that is a new tech tree that is added. Now the layout of the tech tree is a lot different because, well, it's not that it's a lot different actually, is it? I can't remember last time I played Armored Warfare that I think this actually changed a lot. It's a lot neater now, where they've put kind of like, I don't know if you can see it where my mouse is or my cursor is, there's a line over here just where the premiums are and the normal tanks are, and they've separated the premiums from the normal tanks, which is good, because in World of Tanks the premiums are mixed in with the normal tanks, so it is very easy to access all the premium tanks as well as the normal tanks. So yeah, the layout of this is just, it looks a lot better, a lot cleaner. They've certainly done a good job of neating up the way that they've done the tech tree. You can see that, you know, there's again lines where you need to go into tier 9, and then you've got the tier 10s. I mean, maybe one thing that they could do is add more tier 10s, because you can see there's only 2 tier 10s from these sections here, and then you've only got 1 tier 10 over here, and you've maybe got 4 tier 10s over here, and so maybe that's something they could work on in the future, Armored Warfare, but they could definitely use some more tier 10s in the game, because as you know, the waiting time in this game is a long time. So maybe if they started adding more, more vehicles and more tier 10s, then there wouldn't be such a long waiting time. Now, going actually on from that, we're going to head into the HQ. Now, this is where you can do the missions. By the way, ignore my dog, I'm sorry. So this is where the missions are. Now, this is, the Armored Warfare has done a lot of change to the missions, let's say, to this HQ area. They've called it different names. They've completely changed it. So you can do 2 options for the missions. You can either press action, which I'm not going to do, but it takes you into a PvE mode. Now remember, World of Tanks only does PvE, but Armored Warfare does do a PvP. So if you don't like that PvE action, player v player, you can go into operations, and then you can choose a mission that you want to do, because they've completely changed this. They've made so you can do missions that are now more easier. You can see that the operations are easier to see now, so when you hover over it, it shows that competitive missions for up to 5 players, so it's a lot easier to see. So, and even then you can join at the top a PvE starting in 8 seconds, and then you can do, or a PvE available, player versus AI, that's joining in. So once you press that, I presume that means that, or it actually changes missions every 3 minutes, so that's good, so you don't get tired of the same missions all the time. And you can see at the left side you do have the global chat, so you can see what everyone's talking about. Unfortunately, some of it is in a different language, so I don't understand a word they're saying. Now, the good thing actually about this is that I've literally just noticed this now, is that when you go into the vehicle, so you can't choose anything. I mean, you can look at the actually, I've just realized this myself, is that when you click on a vehicle that you want to play with, you can choose, it shows the ammo type, and it shows it shows that you've got AP loaded or 54 shells if you hover over it. I mean, and it shows all the things, no data available here, so it shows all the data once you've played a few games. It'll show you all the, like, your win rate, your accuracy, your match played, your kills efficiency, and then if you go over to the left side, it'll show you your ammo, it'll show you your consumables here, it'll show you your retrofits and insignias, I think it's called, or I don't know whatever it's called, but it shows you that, and that wasn't in before, so I really like how Armored Warfare has done that. And as far as I know, you can actually just go down to the bottom, and then you can just pick any tank you want, such as I might go the IS-7, let's say, and then it'll change to tier 4, and then you can start doing it different missions. And I think how it used to be is that you'd have to go back to the garage and then pick another vehicle and then go back onto the operations. But now that they've put in this implementation, it's a lot easier. Now, yes, you must be wondering, an I-7, I thought that is a World War II tank. Well, it's actually kind of a Cold War tank, because the I-7 wasn't really brought, it was on, paperwork and blueprints, but it was actually kind of during the Cold War. So the Armored Warfare does do Cold War and beyond, whereas World of Tanks just kind of like the main World War II tank. So, but yes, I was so excited when I saw this i7 now in the game, but I know the i7 looks like the i7 in World of Tanks that was like 3 years ago, where it had like no HD and it had this big machine gun turret, which it actually did, but it actually kind of looks like the model that was made in World of Tank like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, or longer, maybe 10 years ago, or sorry, maybe 6 years ago, where it didn't really have the models. So, and this is me having my graphics on maximum settings, so yeah, everything, but I was so excited when I saw the i7, I thought I had to buy it. And by the way, just to let you know, if you are playing this game, then the i7 is actually, if I can find the right one, there we go. Yup, by the way, the i7 is a premium tank, and it does cost 1,100 gold if I remember. So if you do go in this game, then just remember it is a tier 4 premium heavy tank, and not in World of Tanks where it's a tier 7 heavy tank. Well, it's still a heavy tank, but it's tier 7, whereas this is tier 4. So everything seems good so far. So if you go in the inventory, you can collect your supplies, and you can open your crates, which allow you to get you different rewards, such as gold, such as getting at premium time, because in World Tanks you have to usually buy premium unless you get it in a crate or something. But you usually get these supply crates if you win a few games, and then inside them you can win days of premium. Like I got 30 days of premium plus plus times 2 7 days of premium, and then times 4 3 days. But of course I have used the 30 days and 1 7 and 1 3 days of premium. That's why I have 40 days of gold, or sorry, that's why I have 40 days of premium time. So you can see the differences between World of Tanks and Armored Warfare. There is a lot in different. And I think now Armored Warfare is starting to catch up to that World of Tanks level, but of course do let me know in the comments down below. Now, as far as the upgrades goes for vehicles, now I actually, because I had loads of convert XP and money when I logged on, I actually bought a few vehicles such as the Stingray 2, the T90A, and what else did I buy? I can't even remember. The T90A, the Stingray 2, I can't remember what else. I think that's it. I think those are the only 2 vehicles that I got. I also did get the i7, of course. So there is actually lots of options that you can do for vehicles. If you're looking for kind of like a modern game where you want to know your modern tanks, then this is definitely a recommended game. If you do like Tank Simulator and you like modern tanks, then this is definitely a game recommended for you. So as you can see, it's got the Challenger 1, it goes up to Challenger 2, and then the Challenger 2 ADTU. So these are definitely tanks you can definitely do. Definitely play, and it is a lot of fun. So, and whereas in World of Tanks, now this is where I feel like Armored Warfare is slightly lacking behind on, is where in World of Tanks that you have tech trees, where you've got Germany and you have all your German tanks, you have all your British tanks. In Armored Warfare, you have different dealers, yes, but they have different, like, they come from like different nations, like such as the T-64A, that comes from Russia, and then you got the Bufford, which comes from America, and then the C1 Ariete, which comes from Italy. So it is certainly, the vehicles are all over the place, which is one thing I don't really like, because personally when I want to know my tanks and which countries I want to know them from, I can go to World Tanks. If I want to know a tank which country they're from, I can easily check the tech tree with all the different countries. Of course, the layout is different where they've got the dealers. And of course, Armored Warfare does do it in a different way, but personally, I think that is just a wee bit more confusing in that way. So that's maybe one thing that I feel like Armored Warfare could maybe do, is that even if it just keep to the dealers, but maybe make like a line just to one nation, and then do maybe like America as one nation, and then do maybe Russia as another nation. So keep it in the same dealer, but just do it as in kind of more neater with nation-wise. But everything else I do like. Now, commanders, I actually haven't checked this out. So as far as I know, you can actually recruit these commanders. I think they're only commanders. You can see by the side it's got lieutenant, second lieutenant, and as you can see, I've got Philip, whoever that is, and most of my vehicles. So he has definitely moved up to the warrant officer area, or just reached the warrant officer. So as you can see the progress of your commander, which wasn't in the game before. So that is definitely a great thing. They did add it in, and you can see it down here, a warrant officer, and then it shows to the next level and 90% to the next level. So if you hover over them as well, and then I have used Sabrina Washington for a few of my tanks as well. So she is Staff Sergeant too. So you can pick any commander, and of course you can buy these commanders, and of course hover over their information to see what they're good at. So let's do an example of Philip, where it shows the split of the place of birth is Germany, and it tells you a whole lot of information on what he's based up on. So really good by Armored Warfare there. So I think that just about covers everything. Now actually there is one thing that you could do in Armored Warfare that you can't do in World Tank, and that's the testing. That's a vehicle testing area. So before in the game you used to like right click on a vehicle and or wherever it is, and you would take them out to the testing area. But now if you just click on a vehicle, let's say let's say I want to take my new Stingray 2 out for a spin, but I don't want to put it in a game. I don't want to put it in a PvE because I haven't got the full upgrades on this. I want to get used to the vehicle. So what I can do, I can go to HQ, and then I can go for a wee little test run it before I take it out into action. So that is something I really wish World of Tanks would do, but I don't think they'll do that till the future. But I really like how Armored Warfare and the testing area has been in this game for a long time, probably since the start. But actually I don't know if they've changed anything about the vehicle testing area. I think still as last time that it's probably still the same where you shoot vehicles and you know their weak points and all that, and you get to change ammunition, so it is really good. Now for the upgrade wise on the vehicle, let's say I want to upgrade my Stingray 2. Now this is actually really good what they've done here. They've kept it the same, they haven't changed it, which is really good, which I really like. So you can upgrade your protection, which is for one area such as smoke and protection, and you got firepower on one side, and then you got mobility on the other side, and then the others at last. So the upgrade is still the same, and then you move on to the next tier, which is 8. And they are doing a discount just now that I managed to actually get the Stingray to for 4 million. So if any of you are playing this game currently, then there is discounts along the way. Just look out for them, such as the one. If you see discounts such as this, then you'll see it on such as the PL01, which is a light tank, and that's 15% off. So any of you that have got this game, then please do play ahead and tell me what you think. But I think that mostly covers everything for Armored Warfare. I don't think there is anything else that to cover. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and Dozer is basically your information, your win rate, you know, the match plays, the win rate. Why is there 2 win rates? Oh wait, that's for random battle. So that's actually quite good. So it tells you your win rate and your match played in random battle, and then global apps and the PvE. So my win rate in PvE is really good, but the win rate in my random battles is probably about half, about 50% or 49.7%, and the global ops, I don't think I've really touched this, and it also does tell you the medals you do have down here. So it is certainly, and you can look at more information here, you know, you can look at all the tanks that you've had here, kind of like World of Tanks, and see all the information here, kind of a lot like World of Tanks is the way they set out. But I think that's it, and the only thing I haven't done is Battle Path, which is something that you have to purchase, which you get a... Oh, I actually haven't looked at this myself, so why don't we actually go over this? So it says Battle Path, Warlords of the Wasteland. The Battle Path will take you to the mysterious wasteland in the Middle East. Once wealthy lands are now ruttled by power and fear. Help the local rebels and they will make it up to you with vulnerable prizes and gorgeous and generous rewards, which include powerful armed vehicles and customization elements. So you get an M4A1 Abrams Storm. Oh, you've got the wee thing at the front. You get a Scorpion. I think that's like the copyrighted British version. You get a T-55 Enigma, which is, I think that's the... I've never actually seen that vehicle. And you get the Atali, which I think that country is Turkish. So yeah, and you get the Commander here. So if you guys do want to look at it, it is 27 days, but that's not... That's... you guys can look at that yourselves if you wish. But there you go. I think that is mostly everything covered in Armored Warfare. Oh, and there is, maybe you can do customization, so you can add like camo onto it, but the good thing is that you can actually, kind of like World of Tanks, you can rental it. So for if you want to do it for 7 days, you can take it out for 220,000, which is quite expensive for 7 days. You can take it out for 30 days, and that's 440,000, or you can keep it, which is purchased for current vehicle, but that's for 4 million. And of course it does depend on what vehicle you do put it on. So this is a tier 8, so it's going to cost me 4 million. And if you want to use gold, then it's 200. So and it's just you can add it for you can use it for desert, you can use it for snow, and you can use it for woodland. And by the way, the base paint is like, so you've got the camo, and now the base paint, I'll wonder if I can show you in this. So let me say do that, and then the base paint is kind of like the color of the actual paint, and the camo will stay on. So that's a really nice touch they've added there. So I think that mostly covers everything in the game as far as yeah. So I think that's mostly everything I've covered, or I think that is everything covered in this game. So tell me what you guys think. Unfortunately, there is no gameplay, just because because I do have my PC up, so I don't want to. I just want to go kind of like a nice easy start into recording and then get back into the action. So hopefully you have enjoyed this video. I'm sorry there was no action today, but I hope put uh maybe I'll put some gameplay after just to see just to show you what the gameplay is like. But as but I but yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy. It's definitely good to be back up on my feet again, back in recording. So there will be more videos coming out. It's just that with my computer down, it's given me time to study for my exams and my prelims that are, if you don't know what prelims are, they're exactly like exams, but it's given me time to study for my prelims and my exams, so that's now kind of gotten out of the way. But I do have an exam on my birthday, which isn't too good, but anyway, that won't really disturb the recording. So there you go. But that is it for today's video, guys. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video and do want more, then make sure you leave a like. Tell me what you think of Armored Warfare now that everything has updated and everything is new, and tell me what you think could be better, what they could change in the game, and what is good. So 2 questions for you. What could be improved in the game, and what is currently good in the game right now? So leave your comments down below, and I'd like to say thank you so much for watching and all your support, and I'd like to thank you, yeah, so much for watching and all your support, and I will see you in the next video. See you later, and goodbye.